In this video, you'll see shower wall wet shimming tips, specifically how to wet shim stud walls using KERDI-BOARD. This is a great way to make sure your KERDI-BOARD is nice and plumb. The first tip I have is to use Schluter ALL-SET. You want to add water to a bucket, then add your thin set so you cut down on the dust, and then you mix it up with a margin trowel. You want a fairly thick consistency such that it doesn't fall off the margin trowel. Also, here's a hot tip. The stud should all be 16 inches on center for 1/2 inch KERDI-BOARD. Also, take a 6-foot level and check every single stud to see whether or not it's bowed in or bowed outward. This is the whole point of wet shimming. You can fix any of that bowing using the thin set mortar. Just mark the location on the stud where it requires the wet shimming. As you can see, I have pencil marks on the stud. I also recommend marking the stud location on your substrate or your subfloor. This will help you install the KERDI-BOARD later on. I simply place a little bit of the thin set on my trowel, and then I take a margin trowel and I apply the thin set very heavily onto the surface of the stud. When I say heavily, I mean about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch thick layer of thin set. And the reason why I'm doing this is because when I compress the KERDI-BOARD into the thin set and the stud, I'll be able to take a level and make sure that it's nice and plumb. For individual studs, you want to make a V-notch or a V-groove on the surface of the stud such that that V is facing you. This is really easy to do. Really, anybody can do it. And as you can see, the V is facing out because when, again, I compress the KERDI-BOARD into it, it's going to compress the thin set and allow me to make sure that the KERDI-BOARD is plumb. So you place the KERDI-BOARD on the wall. Note where you put your wet shimming. Press it into the thin set lightly. Now in this case, I'm also applying some thin set up at the top where notoriously stud walls are a little out of level. You can also do this on the bottom where the studs also might be sunken in. KERDI-BOARD is really easy to cut. You can use a utility knife and a straight edge. It's way easier than drywall and it's super light. That's one of the things that I love about KERDI-BOARD. Anybody can pick it up and put it on the wall. You just need to make sure your screws and washers are every 12 inches along the 16-inch on center stud. Now, anywhere where you put the wet shimming, you don't want the screw and washer to be completely compressed. And as you can see, I noted where I put my stud location on the floor, and that helped me out a lot. The reason why you don't want to completely put the screw and washer into the board is you need to make sure that the thin set sets up a little bit more behind the board and will actually support it and hold the strength of the board up against the studs. So again, I'm just cutting down the second piece here, lifting it up way lighter and easier than cement board. And by the way, the nice thing about KERDI-BOARD is it's got fleece on both sides. So you're kind of protecting that water vapor penetration in the walls. So I just check here to make sure that the boards are nice and plumb before I put in that final screw. And you want to double check that the board actually did in fact remain plumb. What you see here is the level reflecting that. So hopefully the tips in this video help you wet shim your shower walls. It's really an important step for your tile work and it'll help you get amazing tile results. If you got some great tips from this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tips and tricks. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next tutorial.